lost. I don't know what to do. My accounts are so off. I can't ever get ahead.
Let's be honest, we all been down this road. You wake up tired, not sleepy, tired, and no amount of coffee fixes it. No amount of motivation videos fixes it. No amount of just work harder fixes it. Because the problem isn't laziness, it's survival mode. And survival mode changes your brain. You stop thinking long term. You stop dreaming. You stop planning. You stop believing life can actually improve. Because when every week feels like financial damage control, your mind stops focusing on growth and starts focusing on survival. That's why you feel exhausted before the day even starts. And the scary part? Most people think this feeling is normal. They think constant stress, constant pressure, constant anxiety is just adulthood. But it's not. It's financial burnout. And today, I'm going to explain why money stress silently destroys motivation, why broke people often feel mentally exhausted all the time, and how financial pressure slowly steals your future without you realizing it. Because if you don't understand what survival mode is doing to your brain, you'll stay trapped inside it. And near the end of this video, I'm going to explain the shift that finally pulls people out of financial exhaustion permanently, not temporarily, permanently. So stay with me, because this video might explain your entire life. Nobody talks about this. Financial stress changes your personality. It changes how you think, how you sleep, how you react, how you spend, how you focus. When your brain constantly worries about bills, your nervous system never relaxes. You become mentally overloaded, and eventually, you stop functioning at full capacity. Not because you're incapable, because your brain is overwhelmed. Think about how many people live like this. Checking their account before buying groceries. Panic every time their phone rings. Stress every payday. Fear every unexpected expense. Living one emergency away from collapse. That pressure builds slowly, day after day, month after month, year after year. And eventually your brain adapts to stress as its default setting. That's why simple tasks suddenly feel exhausting. That's why people procrastinate. That's why people avoid their finances. That's why people feel stuck. It's not always laziness. Sometimes it's burnout, financial burnout. And most people never realize it's happening. After all, let's be honest, it's even happened to me before. So what do we do, you might ask? Well, you guessed it, here's the hidden cost of being broke. People think being broke only affects money. That's false. Being broke affects energy, focus, confidence, mental clarity, self-worth, relationships, even physical health. Because stress is expensive mentally. Imagine waking up every day knowing you can't miss work. You can't afford mistakes. You can't afford emergencies. You can't slow down. You can't breathe. That pressure slowly crushes people internally, and eventually, people stop trying to improve their lives. Not because they don't want better, because mentally, they're exhausted. And this creates a dangerous cycle. Stress creates exhaustion. Exhaustion creates avoidance. Avoidance creates worse financial problems. Worse financial problems create more stress. And the cycle repeats. That's why so many people feel trapped. Because survival mode makes long-term thinking almost impose. You stop asking, how do I build wealth? And start asking, how do I survive until Friday? That's not living. That's financial emergency mode, and millions of people are stuck there right now. So look, here's why motivation disappears before you even know it. This is where most self-improvement advice fails. People tell financially exhausted people, wake up earlier, grind harder, stay motivated. But motivation dies under chronic stress. Because the human brain prioritizes immediate relief over long-term success when overwhelmed. That's why people emotionally spend. That's why people doom scroll. That's why people binge entertainment. That's why people procrastinate. Their brain is searching for relief, not growth. And this is dangerous, because temporary comfort slowly becomes a lifestyle. You tell yourself, I deserve this. I'm stressed. I'll fix it later. But later keeps getting delayed, and eventually years disappear. This is how people accidentally waste entire decades financially. Not through one giant mistake, but through slow emotional exhaustion, one delayed decision at a time. Even though the real reason people avoid money is this. Most people don't avoid money because they're irresponsible. They avoid money because money became emotionally painful. Checking the bank account creates anxiety. Looking at debt creates shame. Budgeting creates stress. So the brain avoids it. Just like humans avoid anything emotionally uncomfortable. But avoidance multiplies problems. What you ignore grows. Financial chaos loves silence. That's why unopened bills become collections. That's why debt grows quietly. That's why people suddenly wake up financially years later, because avoidance delayed reality. And the longer people avoid reality, the more powerless they feel. But clarity creates control. Even bad numbers are less dangerous than unknown numbers. Because once you can see reality clearly, you can finally attack it. And most people never reach financial peace because they spend their entire lives avoiding financial truth. Sad but true. With that being said, social media is making this worse, and a lot of people don't even realize this while it's happening now. Add social media into this equation. You're already stressed financially. Then you open your phone, and suddenly everybody looks rich. Luxury apartments, designer clothes, vacation videos, new cars, perfect lives. And your brain compares your reality to their highlight reel. This creates invisible pressure. Pressure to spend, pressure to look successful, pressure to keep up. And financially exhausted people become even more mentally drained. Because now survival isn't enough. Now they feel behind too. This is why so many people spend money emotionally. Not because they're stupid, because they're psychologically overwhelmed, and companies know this. Social media profits from insecurity. The more dissatisfied you feel, the more likely you are to consume. That's why protecting your attention matters financially. Your mind affects your money more than most people realize. Here's the truth most people avoid. Nobody is coming to save you financially. No miracle paycheck, no perfect moment, no magical motivation. Your future changes the moment you stop waiting emotionally and start building structurally. Because structure reduces stress. A budget reduces uncertainty. Savings reduce panic. Discipline reduces chaos. Financial systems reduce exhaustion. This is why wealthy people often appear calmer financially. Not because they never experience stress, because they built systems that reduce instability. And that's the shift. Financial peace is not emotional. It's structural. You don't feel your way into peace. You build your way into peace, step by step, decision by decision, habit by habit. But if you're interested in learning how to escape financial exhaustion, here's the way to do so. So how do you escape this? First, stop calling yourself lazy. You cannot shame yourself into growth. Second, face your numbers honestly. All of them. Debt, spending, income, bills, everything, because clarity removes fear. Third, simplify your life temporarily. Cut unnecessary pressure. Cut performative spending. Cut financial chaos. Your nervous system needs stability. Fourth, build systems instead of relying on motivation. Automate savings. Track spending. Reduce decisions. Structure creates freedom. And finally, understand this. Your current situation is not your final identity. Being broke is temporary. Staying unaware is permanent. And the moment you stop avoiding reality, you finally regain control. If this video felt personal, that's because millions of people are silently experiencing this exact exhaustion every single day. They think they're lazy, but really, they've been mentally crushed by survival mode for years. And maybe nobody has ever explained that before. But now you know. Your exhaustion has a cause. Your stress has a pattern. And your future changes the moment you stop surviving emotionally and start building intentionally. Because financial peace isn't luck, it's structure. And structure can be built, one decision at a time. I recommend you check the different systems I created to help give direction and positive guidance all combined into one. So if like what you've seen, just hit the thumbs up and drop a comment and subscribe. After all, I'd love to hear your thoughts or visions for where you're standing. Your life changes the moment you stop running from reality